exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to NFL Street with the Chicago Cougars. We are going to be taking on the AFC East in this video later on, but you may be wondering, why are we loaded right into a game against the Miami Dolphins? I thought we were starting with the beginning, which would be the Buffalo Bills, I'm pretty sure. And that is because we are on the prowl for another NFL player, another talent to put on our roster, as Raheem Mostert scores a great touchdown there. We are on the prowl for an NFL player that we are looking to steal, just like we did with Terrell Owens, who was in this game, by the way. We are looking to take the cover athlete of NFL Street, Ricky Williams, one of the best, if not the best, running back in the entirety of the game. We are looking for him as a crazy blitz off the edge from Raheem Mostert just absolutely destroys Jay Fiedler. But I'm excited about this. I've been talking about this since we started the game, and just like this run on its own that Ricky Williams just got for a touchdown there, that run on its own proves, like, without a doubt, that we need to get Ricky Williams on the team. And so I've been talking about this since we even started the series. I think in the very first video I mentioned like top players that I wanted to try and get on the team, and Ricky Williams was certainly at the top of that list, if not number one. And so we are finally have the ability to do it, so we are taking action, and we are going to try and steal Ricky Williams from the Miami Dolphins. Now remember, just like when we stole T.O., this doesn't mean, now we had already beaten the NFC West by the time I stole T.O., but when we play the Miami Dolphins later in this episode, great catch by Matt Peterson, by the way, great throw by Davis Mills. When we play the Miami Dolphins later in this episode, they will still have Ricky Williams. Just because you steal a player doesn't mean that they are gone from that team originally. They are still on that team. You just have a version of them. You have a carbon copy of them on your team. So Terrell Owens still exists on the 49ers. Ricky Williams certainly still exists. I don't know how that two-point conversion worked, by the way. That was magician. Ricky Williams still exists on the Dolphins, and you will see him. He comes into play later in this episode against us as well as for us. So trying to steal Ricky Williams here, just another example of why we want to get Ricky Williams. He's just so hard to bring down. He's such a good running back in this game. There's a reason he's the cover athlete. There's a reason he's one of the best running backs in the entirety of this game, if not the best. And the Dolphins, I'm not going to lie, they gave us a challenge in this game. They certainly gave us a challenge. Now, Jay Fiedler on that pitch was a little unnecessary. He would have scored no matter what, but he just gave it to Ricky to show off a little bit. And since we are attempting to steal Ricky Williams, I want to address some things about the lineup that I'm not sure you guys will maybe like. I don't know. I don't know how you'll feel about it. I guess I can kind of gauge your opinion on it and how you feel about it after this episode goes up. But you'll see later on in this video that I was experimenting with different lineups, mainly the lineup that involves both Ricky and T.O. Spoiler alert, we get Ricky. I win the game. So we do end up getting Ricky Williams. So I've in this episode I was experimenting with the possibility of having Ricky Williams and T.O. on the same team, in the same lineup, and not having Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert is probably our best, I mean, as you can see by that catch and run right there for the touchdown, probably our best overall player in terms of he's probably the fastest, he's probably the best runner, he's definitely the best runner, he's just probably overall our best option. And some of you may not like the fact that I chose Ricky Williams over Raheem Mostert, and I'm not saying that Ricky Williams is the guaranteed starter at running back. I may even throw Raheem Mostert in there with Ricky Williams. Maybe we drop T.O. for a game. I don't know. I'm just trying to experiment, see what the best roster is for our guys. And so far, at least in this version, of the episode, where we go on and play the AFC East, T.O. and Ricky Williams worked pretty well. Now, maybe next episode I throw a lineup out there with Ricky and Raheem, or maybe T.O. and Raheem, or, I mean, how could you not have Ricky Williams? Look what he just did to my defense right there. He just went right up the middle and didn't even get touched, and then he shows off later. So how could you not have Ricky Williams as they get their game breaker? So it's kind of a hard point to come across and to argue not to have Ricky Williams on your team when he's just so good, as the Dolphins tie it up at 20 here. It is coming down to the wire. It's 20-20. They just activated their game breaker. Can we do it? Well, we obviously, you guys know that we can, because I just spoiled it earlier in the episode. But I throw a pick right there. Davis Mills throws to Sam Madison. And I did notice that in this version of the Dolphins team that we went up against, they had a different lineup than they were actually rolled out against us in the official game. And just Ricky Williams absolutely destroyed us every single time he touched the ball. It was so hard to tackle him. So it looks like they don't have Jason Taylor out there. I don't see him unless he's under center right there. No, that's Junior Seau under center. So they have Jason Taylor in the actual game that we play, the official game. But we got lucky with that pitch back. That was the moment. When I saw that failed pitch that went for a fumble and we recovered it, I was like, that is the moment that changes everything. And then when that fumble happened by Raheem Mostert, I was like, this is the moment that returns everything back to normal for the Miami Dolphins. But luckily, we got it back. We got ourselves a break. Now, if we can score it here, get the game breaker, and then score again, that's the old classic double dip, and that should finish the job. That one I tried to turn into T.O., and I kind of screwed it up. He might have turned around by himself, but I kind of screwed that up. Raheem Mostert, man, I hate that he always gets like the secondhand treatment. He always gets pushed to the side when some shiny new toy comes in. Just like in the Real Cougars series on Madden, he kind of got pushed away when we signed Jonathan Taylor in the offseason. And I don't like that, because Raheem Mostert was the main reason we won a Super Bowl last season in Madden. So I can't. It doesn't feel right to kind of treat him the way that we've treated him. And he even gets the short end of the stick here in NFL Street, because we value him for now, but as you see, we just won the NFL Street Challenge mode, where we got an NFL player. We just beat the Dolphins to a game of 26, and we now get to choose between. This Dolphins team is stacked, by the way. Chris Chambers is here as well. They've got Mark Dixon, Jay Fiedler. You've got Brian Greasy as well, Sammy Knight. Who else is here? Sam Madison is here. Brock Marin is here. Randy McMichael. Some of you may not remember Randy McMichael. Tim Rudy makes an appearance in today's episode. Junior Seau is here. Patrick Surtain. They've also got Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor. There's Jason Taylor. I think Zach Thomas might be next. Yes, Zach Thomas is right there. This Dolphins team is stacked. And then there's the man, Ricky Williams. We are going to be stealing him. I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of this episode. I'll see you in there. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video here on the World of Juice channel. We've got another episode of the Chicago Cougars taking on the NFL Street Challenge mode. And this time the Cougars, as Ricky Williams breaks away for a one-play rushing touchdown on the Buffalo Bills. This episode, as you could probably tell by the title, the thumbnail, the first play of the game by Ricky Williams here, and Davis Mills, great two-point conversion. We are taking on the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, the Miami Dolphins, and my favorite team, the New England Patriots. Now, these games were certainly very, very strange. I talk about this in the live commentary during the All-Star portion of the game, against the All-Star team. This series of games against these individual teams and then actually against the All-Star team, just very, very weird. Weird circumstances, weird fumbles that we lost, weird pitches that we couldn't get. Like there was certain scenarios that you'll see during this episode where the AI pitched the ball back and it got completed, but we had like 4 or 5 different guys around him all diving for the ball. As the ball gets picked off there by Terrell Owens, it helps to play in an arena or a stadium that has a roof on it, or that has those big like pillars or stuff, the scaffolding, because Drew Bledsoe threw that ball up a little too high. It bounced off the the top, and it came back down right in the way for Terrell Owens. So we benefited from that. But like I was saying, it's just a weird circumstances where we missed a bunch of tackles. We struggled to do things. You'll see it and we'll talk about it as it happens here. But it was just super frustrating sometimes. This play somehow worked. That was a misclick, by the way. That was not supposed to be the play call on the conversion, but it somehow worked. And not on the conversion, on the touchdown, I should say. And we got it away just because Ricky Williams is just such a beast, and he's so hard to bring down. And then Matt Peterson was able to corral that 2-point conversion. So we are up 16-0 on the Buffalo Bills. Now you may think, Juice, what are you talking about this such being a weird matchup against the Bills and stuff, because you're up 16-0. This seems to be pretty easy for you. You just wait. It'll get weird here in a second, because out of all the teams, I think the Patriots were the easiest. Then the Jets, then the Bills, then the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins were certainly the hardest team to play in the individual portion. Then these Buffalo Bills. Now, it may not look like that, but Mr. Henry here went off. Absolutely went off in this game. He just was so hard to bring him down. They had almost elite blocking. Like, look at those tackles. Like, we dove directly into his shoulder, and he just shrugged us off like we were nothing. He was so hard to bring down. And that was just the beginning. Like, Drew Bledsoe here. You tell me how Kalen Cousins, a 260-pound linebacker, doesn't bring down Drew Bledsoe on that. Like, I made direct contact with him, and it didn't bring him down. I was expecting a huge tackle there. Luckily, Trent Favors was able to stop him from the 2-point conversion. But that was the first part where I got super upset that we didn't stop him, because Kalen Cousins for sure 9 times out of 10 makes that tackle and stops Drew Bledsoe. But of course, the 10th time that doesn't happen. Ricky Williams. It's a good thing we stole Ricky Williams, because I don't know how easy this would have been if we would have continued to go with Raheem Mostert. Because, yeah, Raheem Mostert's our best player. That's not and that's just unlucky with the interception. We had a lot of those today in these games where I threw the ball up thinking it was going to be a catch. It gets deflected and then somehow falls into the hands of a defender there on the deflection interception. So that happened quite a bit today. But like I was saying, I don't know how far we would have got with Raheem Mostert, because I mean, Raheem Mostert is the best player that's not an actual NFL player that we stole. He's the best player on our team. I don't think he's built the same as Ricky Williams. He's not built to break tackles like Ricky Williams is. He's fast. He's a good receiver. He's elusive. He's got good agility. But in terms of breaking tackles, there was some crucial situations in these games that you'll see that Ricky Williams breaks some big-time tackles that I don't think Raheem Mostert would have made, and I don't think he would have broke them. There's also some big-time catches that Ricky Williams made that I don't think Raheem Mostert would have made. So we're going to have to play it by ear, see, depending on the games and how they're going, we're going to have to play like the situational football, I guess. Do we go with Ricky Williams in this scenario, or do we go with Raheem Mostert? Now, we're playing in the next division. We are playing the NFC South, so we got teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Saints, Panthers, and Falcons. And especially with the Buccaneers, they have a very, very solid defense. So I'm thinking that Ricky Williams is going to have to be the guy for that game. Now, is he going to be the guy for the entirety of the division? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. But who knows? It's just, you got to play it by ear. You got to see how we're playing. I mean, we got to go up against Michael Vick in that division, which is going to be pretty tough because Michael Vick is fast. And I don't know if he's the fastest quarterback in this game. I would assume that he is, because this is right around the time when this game was made. This is right around the height of Michael Vick's powers in the NFL. So I would assume that he'd be the fastest guy in the game, with maxed out speed. But I can't really be for certain until we actually play him. Davis Mills here was a baller. I don't usually run with the quarterback a whole lot because Davis Mills, for one, isn't really the fastest guy on the field. He's okay. And 2, he doesn't really have the carrying stats to be able to run consistently, so I get worried that he's going to fumble if he takes a big hit. But he got the touchdown there, and then Matt Peterson with the 2-point conversion. 24-6 is the score against the Buffalo Bills. And you're probably saying, Juice, when does it get hard? When does it get hard against the Buffalo Bills? It seems like you're absolutely dominating the Buffalo Bills. And I would tell you, just keep watching. Now, I don't say it doesn't get like to the point where I'm worried we're going to lose this game. But just keep watching. It'll get there. It will get there. This team is a fighter. That is for sure. They're a fighter of a team. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, by the way, as Henry shows you just a little bit of why it's frustrating. See right there, this is why it gets frustrating, because we should have had him down 2 different times. I'm not going to count the Terrell Owens dive at the very end because that he was a little too far away for that, but 2 different times we should have had Henry down, and he just didn't go down. And like that, we should have stopped him there, but he just didn't go down again. So they fight back once again. But again, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I'm having a ton of fun playing NFL Street. I was one of my favorite games growing up as a kid. It's still one of my favorite games. I think it still holds up even nowadays, judging the lack, I guess you could say, lack thereof of great football games nowadays. I mean, this is in an era where there was NFL 2K, there was obviously Madden, and then you had NFL Street. You had a bunch of different football games coming out around this time in this era of just great gaming on the PS2 and stuff like this. This is some of the best memories that I have are playing NFL Street. And so I'm glad that I finally get to bring it to you guys as we get our game breaker here, hopefully trying to clinch this series or clinch this game. I hope that you guys are enjoying it just as much as I am playing it, because it's been a ton of fun. And I would have been super upset if we would have got the game breaker, forced the fumble, picked it up, and then fumbled it again back to the Bills. I would have been super heated. Gonna do the running back pass option with Ricky Williams, get the touchdown, and we beat the Buffalo Bills 36-13. Henry was annoying, but it only gets more annoying from here. We beat him at 9:02, which is impressive. Ricky Williams, the MVP. I'll see you guys in the next one. Here we are in game number 2. This one is difficult, if I do say so myself. It is the Miami Dolphins, and when I tell you the Miami Dolphins are the best team in this division, I'm not kidding you. They may not have been the best team in the division in real life, but just look at this roster. You've got Ricky Williams, you've got Jason Taylor, you've got Tim Rudy, you've got Chris Chambers. I mean, just the names after names. Zach Thomas. I don't think Zach Thomas is in this game particular, but he's on this roster. It's just like, I mean, yeah, obviously we have a great run right there with Ricky Williams, but this roster is just like out of control good, and they play out of their minds in NFL Street. They're probably one of the better teams in NFL Street. Just the amount of talent that they have on their team, it's crazy. And they certainly showed it in this one. I mean, Sam Madison's on this team. Patrick Surtain Sr. is on this team. It's out of control, the amount of talent this team has, and not to mention their quarterback, Jay Fiedler, who in this game wasn't really a good quarterback in real life. He was manageable, and he was decent, I guess. He could get the job done, but in NFL Street, especially in this game, he played out of his mind with some plays. Some certain plays on defense he made, some plays on offense obviously he made. Like, Jay Fiedler went crazy. He went off in this game. The pitches by the AI, that's something that I don't really talk about a whole lot, but the pitches by the AI are elite. Elite. I mean, like, just the timing of the pitches that they throw, and this is one of the plays by Jay Fiedler that I'm talking about here. Like, understandable that he should have had that much space to run, but we should have caught him a lot quicker than what we did. But just like in that, and on that play specifically, like the pitch timing that the AI has is just out of control. And that is something that I got to get better at doing. My first instinct is definitely not to pitch the ball, and it needs to be in NFL Street, because like in situations like that, if that would have been me, my first instinct wouldn't have been to pitch the ball, and I would have gotten stopped and we would have had to go again for another play. But the Dolphins, the AI pitched it and they scored the touchdown instead. So they take one less play to score a touchdown. And who knows, maybe I wouldn't even have scored. Maybe they would have stopped me again. So just simple things like that I'm not thinking of, that I need to think of when I'm getting into more difficult games here against these more tougher divisions. I need to start pitching the ball back. And yeah, it's not going to work every single time. Sometimes you're going to get it fumbled away, and sometimes you're going to get it picked off, but when you pitch it and stuff like, and we did that one time. I can't remember. I think it might have been against the Patriots. We did it where I intercepted a pitch. But it's just like I got to start thinking about that kind of stuff, because right now I don't think about it, and it's costing me sometimes. And that is a very, very frustrating drop by Matt Peterson. I was getting rushed. I think the Dolphins are the only team that I felt like legit pressure from the edges not every single play, but it felt like every single play. They just like it felt like my offensive line wasn't really doing much. It felt like they weren't even there at some points, because Jason Taylor and Tim Rudy and all these guys on the line they got through very quickly. And Sam Madison, when he was coming in for the cornerback blitzes and stuff, like it got a little bit out of hand. And I'm just glad that that's a stupid interception right there. I forgot about that interception by Sam Madison. And then he pitches back to Chambers. The amount of like jumping that the AI can do is unbelievable. You should see like some of the 2-point conversion interceptions. We'll get to them when they happen, but I forgot about that. I forgot we turned him over immediately with Terrell. I think it was Terrell Owens who caused the fumble. Ricky Williams is the one who picked it up and returned it. I forgot that happened. That was super lucky. And then a misclick, obviously. And then luckily we got the 1-point conversion anyway. So it's 15-6. But just like the amount of height that the AI can get on their jumps, on their interception attempts, is just out of control. Like they go like 10 feet in the air. It's crazy the amount of hops these guys have, and I can't get those kind of hops. Not all the time, not consistently. I can't get them. I get the sack there with Caleb Cousins. Luckily, he got stuck behind Ricky Williams, or stuck in front of Ricky Williams, I guess, and we got a lucky sack. The Dolphins definitely gave me some trouble. You may not see it in this video, but the Dolphins gave me some trouble. Now this one's annoying. This is the most annoying thing I've ever seen in my life. Did you see that? Did you see that? So the Jay Fiedler tossed the ball up in the air, going for a huge deep play. It hits off the rafters, because this field that we're playing on has a roof on it, and it has like exposed metal and stuff, exposed scaffolding. And so the ball hit off that, falls down, takes a long time, takes a century to fall down to earth. And I'm trying to time it. I'm trying to wait for the ball. I had Matt Peterson right there. I was waiting for the ball. It never came down, as Jay Fiedler makes a crazy interception. That's another one of the plays that I just got super upset that Jay Fiedler made. Like, out of all people, I would have been okay. I would have been mad, but I would have been okay if, like, Sam Madison or Ricky Williams or whoever made the interception. But Jay Fiedler making a one-hand behind-the-back interception? Come on. But back to the other play, the Tim Rudy catch. Like, I was waiting for that forever with Matt Peterson and Terrell Owens and whoever else was over there, but it just never came down. And then all of a sudden, Tim Rudy comes out of nowhere in his right spot, right time. He catches the ball and falls forward for a couple extra yards. Like, that shouldn't happen, but it did. And the Dolphins were able to capitalize on it. And I think they scored the touchdown on the fumble that they had at the goal line. 15-12, we're up by 3, 4th down, and not Kalen Cousins, Trent Favors is the man to save us. He forces us the game breaker. We have the ball and the game breaker, and Terrell Owens is looking, not Terrell Owens, Ricky Williams is looking good. I need to stop mixing those guys up. Davis Mills, I thought I was going to run there, but then I saw a wide open Ricky Williams, And I was like, I got to throw that. So we do. We score it 21-12. Going to old reliable curl and post to see if we can get this 2-point conversion. And we do. 23-12 with the game breaker in hand. Let's call it how it is. Game breaker goes up. It goes to Kalen Cousins. We're going to user him off the edge. And we are going to get it. The ball's going to fall. And Mekhi Becton is the man to recover it in the end zone for the touchdown. So that's about as easy as it gets for a game breaker, where we don't have to score after we get it. But then that's the downfall of that curl and post play. You get interceptions like that. You get interceptions like that, and so we have to go even longer. I think this game against the Dolphins was the longest one that we had. I think it took us around. I think it took me around 11 minutes to actually complete, and it was not fun because the Dolphins did stuff like that. What they just did with Ricky Williams there, where they have like the play action fakes and stuff, and it just works out for him for some reason. I don't know why it works out for him, but it does. And they just got super lucky here. I don't know how this ball, I was going to say, I don't know. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. Oh, my God. It makes me mad even seeing it now for the second time. I forgot that happened. I was about to say, I don't know how that ball didn't hit off the roof. But then it does hit off the roof. And they had freaking Tim Rudy, the center. I guess, he's a center in real life, but the offensive lineman in this game comes up out of nowhere, just like he did on the previous play where it hit off the roof. Comes out of nowhere, catches the ball, breaks a tackle, and goes into the end zone for a touchdown. That made me, out of everything that happened in this game, that probably made me the most upset, the most mad, because, like, what do you want me to do? Like, I tried everything to stop that play. I was right underneath the ball, ready to intercept it, but Tim Rudy just comes out of nowhere and picks it up or catches it. Like, the offensive lineman has done that twice now? Like, how good of a catching rating does he have? Like, why is he catching these balls? It shouldn't have happened. I couldn't believe it when it did happen. And oh man, my God, I keep doing that. Ricky Williams with the amazing run there, broke a couple of tackles to get into the end zone, and we're up 35-18. We just need one singular point, and we're not going to get it there. I chose the running back pass, but I hesitated a little bit, and Jason Taylor just took that time to stop me, and the conversion fails. 35-18 is the score. They're going to go with a fancy pass, and Sam Madison just outran everybody. And this is the first time, mark it down in your calendars, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time that an AI opponent has gotten a game breaker on us in this series. They get the pitch, they get the 1-point conversion, and it's 35-25, 10-point game, and here comes the game breaker. Can we score on the Miami Dolphins? We've done it before in this series. We've scored on a game breaker. I lob it up, it gets deflected, and Sam Madison with another interception. That's his second, I think, of the actual game. And then he had one 2-point conversion interception, I think, as well. So the Dolphins have tried to flip this game on its head. They've gotten it to a 10-point game, and that just shouldn't happen. Like, we had so many attempts at a tackle. This is the frustrating part that I was talking about. That should never have happened in a million years, but it did. Chris Chambers just walks around everybody, doesn't fall down, and scores the touchdown. Ricky Williams puts it in for the 1-point conversion, and it's a 3-point game. Next score wins, and I'm praying to baby Jesus that it's our next score that wins. Just handing it off to Ricky Williams, feeding the ball to our best player, one of our best players, trying just to force a win here. Just trying to do everything that I can, cheesing the system as much as I can to try and get this win. I cannot lose to the Miami Dolphins. I just can't do it. I don't want it. I will not allow it. And Ricky Williams with great blocking from the other players from the Cougars, and we win 41-32. Toughest game by far of the series at this point, and it took us 11:49 to do it. We got a new record for style points in the game, and Ricky Williams obviously is the MVP. I'll see you guys in the next one. Now we've got the New York Football Jets. I know that's not their name, but I like calling them that. If you didn't know, the New York Football Giants are called that because back in the day, and I'm talking back in the day, like back in the day, there was the baseball Giants and the football Giants, and they both played in New York. So you called them the San Francisco Giants used to play in New York, so they were called the New York Baseball Giants, and then the Giants that we know now are called the New York Football Giants. So that's just a little history lesson for you. I don't know why it matters to the Jets, but just a little football lesson for you as we start this game with Ricky Williams just tumbling through, rumbling and tumbling and bumbling through for a nice gain there. And this game doesn't go as frustratingly as the Dolphins game previously. It's still kind of frustrating. I think Curtis Martin has some big plays in this game. I think that they have another guy on the team that has a couple decent plays. But, I mean, this game kind of goes straightforward. We pretty much control a lot of it. And that's another one of those reasons why the curl and post is not the greatest two-point conversion play, because it's very inconsistent at times. I think they have Chad Pennington as their quarterback. They do. Good old noodle arm Chad Pennington. Giving it to Lewis, and Lewis has got a ton of space. He's going to get brought down by Trent Favors. Some of the pitches, like I was talking about earlier, some of the pitches are just so perfectly timed that it feels like it's, I don't want to say scripted, because I know that NFL Street's not scripted, but it just feels at times like, how does that even work? Or how do you not get tackled at certain moments? Like, I'm diving at your legs, how do you not get tackled? How do you break out of it? Just some of the stuff that happens is kind of crazy. Now that play was crazy, because the previous plays you saw, they fumbled it, and it should have gone to us. Mekhi Becton should have been the one that picked it up, but somehow he didn't get it, and it went back to the Jets. And then on the next play, or one of the plays after, we get another fumble, that time from Abraham, and we were able to pick it up that time. So the world, I think the NFL Street gods, they saw my frustration. They felt my frustrations that not getting that first fumble, so they repaid me by giving me the next one. You know, I am eternally grateful to the NFL Street gods, because they've been very kind to me throughout these trying times, trying to beat this NFL Challenge Mode for the very first time. I can't wait till we get to the end. I want to see what happens. I have no idea what happens if you beat the NFL Challenge, but like, do you get a certain character unlocked? Do you get? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Literally, no. I've never done it. I have literally never. I don't think I've ever even beaten a division in this game, and now I've gone this far where we're on the AFC East, and once we get done with the AFC East, we have 3 divisions left to go. That's just crazy. Like, I can't even imagine. I can't. This doesn't feel real that I've actually done this. I've actually gotten this far, and it's been a ton of fun. And that should have been a tackle. That should have been a sack, no doubt about it. Don't know how it wasn't. Chad Pennington should not have stayed up. He should have been sacked for, if not a safety, then just right at the goal line. But he stays up and he gets the ball away. This one should have been a sack. I forgot that this is the game where I just completely whiff on multiple different occasions with my linebackers or whoever is rushing the quarterback at the time. I completely just whiff on the quarterback, and they were able to get big plays. There's a pitch, and this is one of Curtis Martin's big plays where he just got the pitch from Chad Pennington, and he took it to the house untouched. Absolutely untouched. Just, again, the pitching, man. The pitching from the AI is just absolutely incredible. And there's another whiff. Man, I forgot how many times I whiffed against the Jets. I should have had a lot of stops, but I didn't. I just completely missed on a ton of different tackles. Ricky Williams gets tossed there for a couple extra yards. And you probably have noticed by now that I've just been continuing to use the same plays over and over again, especially on offense. And that's just because I've been trying to, and this is a misclick, by the way, but it worked out because Davis Mills had a ton of space. I go to the out of bounds so he doesn't fumble, and if he does, it goes straight out of bounds. But sometimes I'll I'll press the button too many times, the D-pad, and it'll misclick sometimes. I think I'm on a different play than I actually am. Ricky Williams carries a man into the end zone for the touchdown, and we are moving forward here, 20-6, throwing the ball. Somehow Ricky Williams doesn't just fall backwards into the end zone, and we get the conversion failed. That one was frustrating. I should have easily gotten the 2-point conversion there, but Ricky Williams just didn't want to do what I was telling him to do. And Curtis Martin, again, that juke move was disgusting, and it was able to fool my entire team, and they get the big-time play there. They get the huge gain. Now they're in a spot where they have no ability for a first down. Curtis Martin jukes and breaks another tackle, and the New York Jets are fighting back. They are down 20-14 with still a ton of game to go. They've got more game breaker than us, and Martin was able to get stopped here. I thought he was going to go. If he would have went straight in, I feel like he would have scored the conversion, but he kind of darted off to the right, and I think it cost him there. As long as we can get our game breaker, if we score here, that puts us at 26, depending on what happens with the conversion. And oh my God, I was so upset. But then my anger turned to enjoyment, because out of nowhere, off screen, Terrell Owens just dives and catches that ball. I was so mad because Matt Peterson was so open on that play. But the ball was a little bit underthrown, and he drops it. But then Terrell Owens just pops out of nowhere and dives and catches it. So it was amazing that he caught it there. And we don't get the 2-point conversion. So we have 26 points. We have the game breaker that we activate right now. And I'm hoping, I can't remember if we get it on the first play or not. I think we do. We do cause the fumble. We cause another fumble, and then Mekhi Becton gets it. But then we fumbled that, and we got it back with Trev Favors. I thought for sure we were going to fumble that once we got the ball back. So now we have it. We turned him over. We give it to Ricky Williams. He breaks 2 tackles, gets pushed up against the wall at 26-14. Now, obviously, we talk about this every episode, how you like to do the little bit of double dip, because you get the score, you do the game breaker, you get the ball back, then you score again. That's what we like to call the double dip. But this one didn't really go that way, because we got the score, then we got the game breaker, and we almost got the score, and then 4th down. It is 4th down. We have no chance at a first down. This is the final play. And I throw it. I get it. And Terrell Owens was pushed into the end zone. I was so happy. You don't know how worried I was that we were not going to get that touchdown there. The 2-point conversion gets intercepted. They do a pitch back. Then they break a bunch of tackles. They fumble it. And it's just going all over the place. I don't know what happened. And somehow, Martin is able to come out with it, and he has an easy touchdown and a game breaker. Like, tell me how I'm supposed to stop that. I don't know what I just watched. That was, even the second time, looking back at it now, it's just, what happened? I have no idea what happened. It was just broken tackles and pitchbacks and fumbles, and just the ball just squirting everywhere, and then somehow Martin ends up with it, and he breaks 1 tackle, and he's off to the races. Like, I don't know what happened there. But they just continue to pitch it back. The AI is elite at pitching back, I'll tell you that much. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the game where something crazy happens. Because they pitch it back, obviously, like they do, and that tackle didn't bring him down. That tackle didn't bring him down, and then finally, Kalen Cousins is the one to bring down Martin. Martin, out of everybody in this game, even more so than Henry in the Bills game, I think Martin was the biggest problem in the entirety of this thing. We got super lucky right there. Super lucky. Pennington fumbles it, and Davis Mills is the man to do it, but he fumbles it. And then Trev Favors picks it up, but he runs out of bounds. And this is where we get the craziness, because guess what they're going to do here in the red zone? I'm trying to pick an easy play, and they call the game breaker. Can we score on the New York Jets while they have a game breaker from the goal line? Throw it quickly, and we got so lucky. We did it. We did it. Ricky Williams completes the catch, and that was one of the plays that I was talking about earlier with Raheem Mostert. I wasn't sure if Raheem Mostert would be able to make it, but Ricky Williams did. He ends up being the MVP, and we've got the Patriots in the final game. Now, when I tell you that this game against the Patriots was the easiest, hardest game I've ever played in my life. If you know what I'm talking about, it was the easiest game, but it was also the hardest game I've ever played. I don't know why. It just, like I said previously, that out of all the teams, this was the easiest game, and it was. It was the easiest team to play, even though they're my favorite team. And in this point in real life, this team was Super Bowl champions. This was made in 2004, and they just hadn't gotten done with their, or at least they were. 2004 is the year they get the third in 4 years. So the dynasty has formed already at this point. And but in NFL Street, they're a pretty good team. Not one of the better teams in the game, but pretty solid team. I'd probably say average to above average. The Patriots are in terms of this game. And in this division, they're probably the best team besides the Dolphins. The Dolphins are, in NFL Street terms, the Dolphins are the best team. I'd say the Patriots are the next best team, but they didn't play like it in this one. Now, you may say after we get done with these highlights that the Patriots game was a lot more tougher than you make it seem, but I don't think it was. Like, it's weird because this game, out of all the other ones, there was a little bit of doubt that I was going to lose. And Tom Brady, I don't know how Tom Brady survived that. He finally causes the fumble there, and we get the conversion, or we get the touchdown on the turnover. I don't know how Tom Brady was surviving those tackles. But out of all the other games, there was a little bit of doubt that I was going to lose. And Troy Brown gets the interception and pitches it back to Brady. This was crazy. This is where they get the 4-point play on the conversion. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. They do get that later in the game. But Kalen Cousins intercepts the pitch back from Brady. I forgot that I did that. I said that earlier, that I did that once in this game, and it was against the Patriots. I completely forgot about that. I'm pretty sure they do convert one of my 2-point conversions and make it a 4-point conversion for them. I'm pretty sure that happens. But right now it's 12-0. And this game, I never really had any doubt that I was going to lose. That was a great pitch back to Colvin there. And Ricky Williams comes in late, but he still falls forward for the touchdown. Some of those plays can get pretty frustrating. definitely pretty frustrating if you're not in the right state of mind, I guess. Going for the 2-point conversion here, and they pass it up, but it's deflected and incomplete. Conversion failed. 12-6 is the score. But all those other games, yeah, like I was saying, all those other games, there was a little bit of doubt that I couldn't win. There was a little bit of worriness that I was gonna lose those games, but I ended up winning them all. And then this one, I never really felt that, even though it may seem like it. That was, oh my God, I forgot about that. That was amazing. The arm, the absolute cannon from Davis Mills. Matt Peterson torched everybody down the field, and he had a wide open touchdown. I couldn't believe that he did that. I was thinking for sure that it was going to get like incomplete or knocked down or something. And once again, the Patriots were like the kings of intercepting the 2-point conversion play. I think the Patriots are the team that intercepted me the most on those 2-point conversion plays, because it felt like every time I did it, they picked it. And that might have been the case. It might have been every time that I attempted it that they intercepted it. That's what it felt like for sure. I couldn't stop it. They stopped me for easy. Like, it was light work for them. They could have done it in their sleep. They're going to pitch that to Smith. He's going to survive a bunch of tackles. He's going to pitch that to Colvin. It's going to get knocked incomplete, and Terrell Owens is going to dive on it. See, these are the kind of things I'm talking about, how it was easy. Like, I know that's purely luck-based, and that was completely random that was going to happen, but it felt easy. And we get the rushing touchdown with Ricky Williams. We almost have the game breaker. And we already have 24 points. Like, this game is almost over. If we get the 2-point conversion here, we'll have 26 points. We will probably have our game breaker. I'm waiting for Peterson, and it's gonna be intercepted. Like Ty Law just has huge hops, and he's gonna. This is the 4-point play. This is where I found out that you get 4 points for a defensive conversion on a 2-point play. I didn't realize that. Nobody could bring down Ty Law. I dove twice at him, and he just didn't fall down. So there's another fumble. Brady's this time picks it up. He's got a ton of space. Tom Brady pitches it back to Brown, who pitches it to Rodney Harrison. And just like that, the Patriots have flipped this game around. It is 24-16, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what happened. That sequence with the conversion by Ty Law and then the pitch from Brady to who was it? I forget who got it, and then got it to Rodney Harrison. I think Colvin might have got it. I don't know, but that little sequence right there was just I didn't know what happened. I was in complete shock. I wish I had face cam on because my jaw was open. Like I didn't know what happened. But we do get the game breaker, and this is where we do the double dip, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of double dip, or at least we're going to try to do a double dip. I thought Terrell Owens was going to bring that in. He was just a little short. 24-17. We have the ball, and we have the game breaker. Ricky Williams gets pushed forward for a first down, and we are just so close to beating this team. So close to beating this team. Now you're understanding what I'm talking about, how when I introed this game as it's the easiest, hardest game I've ever played, because just the stuff that happened in this game is crazy. And this one, Davis Mills, I'm going to take off and run, and he gets a huge gain, runs out of bounds. Third down, but we are so close to the end zone that we have to score. We have to score. Going with a little play action, but I couldn't get the ball off. I had Ricky Williams wide open, and I couldn't get the ball off. So we're going to go to All Reliable, the pro pass. Can I get it? The ball's up, and Matt Peterson on fourth down with the one-handed catch. I absolutely popped for that one. That was unbelievable that Matt Peterson caught that ball. I thought for sure it was going to be, if not incompletion, just like something happened, like a drop or something. But we got the touchdown. The 2-point conversion completes. And now it's time to finish this game off. The game breaker. Kalen Cousins is activated. It's 32-17. We're going around. We absolutely light up Tom Brady, and Ricky Williams is the man to recover the fumble. And just like that, the Cougars are ready to pounce and finish this game in one play. It's Ricky Williams, and the NFL challenge, the AFC East, has been defeated, at least in terms of the individual teams. That took us 7:31 to do, and now we are on to the All-Star game. I got 73 sacks as a record now. Ricky Williams is your... Oh, no, it's Terrell Owens is your MVP. I'll see you guys in the live commentary. Yes. Here we are at the AFC East All-Star game. We've cleared out all 4 of the individual games in the division, beating the Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots. And now it is time to play the All-Star game. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys have enjoyed the videos so far. It has been a pretty crazy one, if I do say so myself. And as I probably mentioned already in the whatchamacallit, the stuff, what's it called? The post commentary. That's what I was trying to think of. I don't know why that was so hard for me to think of. I have changed my lineups for this game, and we've gone with a Terrell Owens, Ricky Williams combination instead of a Raheem Mostert and Terrell Owens combination or anything. And this division, like I probably mentioned in the whatchamacallit, in the post, or in the post commentary for the actual regular individual team games, this division has been a very, very strange one. Strange indeed, because of things like that just happened right there, where we just got sacked on a routine play. But also we've had weird pitches that have just, like, there's been missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle There's been strange, just nothing happening on some plays. Some incompletions that probably shouldn't be incompletions. There's just been weird stuff going on in this game, and I don't necessarily like it. These, Davis Mills with a great play, taking it on his own to get that first down. This division, the AFC East, has certainly been the weirdest one we've played so far. Not in terms of the games have been, like so difficult. I mean, when you got Ricky Williams, how can the games be so difficult? He's just so dominant sometimes, just breaking all the tackles and stuff. But it's been the weirdest division we've played so far, because we've had things with like weird interceptions on 2-point conversions. I found out in this this playthrough on the AFC East that 2-point conversions that you return back for a touchdown for yourself are 4-point plays. I didn't know that until just now, because that never happened to me before. I think it happened in the Jets game the first time. Maybe it was the Dolphins. I can't remember exactly. The Dolphins were probably the toughest team that we played so far in this division. The Bills weren't super tough. They were okay. They weren't like the hardest team we played. The Patriots were actually the easiest team that we played. I couldn't believe that. Oh, there's a fumble. That's Ricky Williams, and that's a touchdown on the fumble. Ricky Williams, man, that's just the speed difference. And I picked a run play. So we only have a chance at 1 point, and we're going to get it. Great block by Terrell Owens, but I hate that I picked a run play there. But Ricky Williams with the fumble recovery and just has enough speed. I don't know if Raheem Mostert's got enough speed. I don't know if he would have been in the right position like Ricky Williams just happened to be. And that's just a wide open play for Eric Moulds, and he's going to get a touchdown there. We have no shot at anybody bringing him down. Some plays, this division has been very, very frustrating, because other divisions, there's been running backs or players in general that are just so hard to bring down that like 3 or 4 attempts, you just miss tackles all the time and stuff. There's been situations like that in the past. We had Jerome Bettis and LaDainian Tomlinson and just a bunch of different running backs and receivers and players in general that have been hard to bring down. But this division just felt different. Like, it feels like we need to upgrade our tackling tenfold or something. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like we can't bring anybody down. Like, we're just missing tackle after tackle after tackle after. It just at some point it gets annoying, because you think that we are a good enough team, and we've got this far. You think that we'd be able to tackle these guys, but it just feels like it's getting harder and harder to tackle guys. And we're gonna have to spend all these points now that I don't think we're gonna be stealing any other player for the next couple of episodes. I wouldn't think we're going to spend all of those points on upgrading our tackling, I would guess, because it seems to be very, very hard, as Ricky Williams scores a nice touchdown there on the run, and we're up 21-7 on the All-Stars. And I've gone to my go-to play. The curl and post, I think, is more effective. It obviously has its downfalls like that. We've been getting intercepted on that play very, very often. We have certainly been getting intercepted on the 2-point conversion more and more now that I've gone to this play. But I think overall-wise, it has more of a success rate than our other 2-point conversion play that I was picking. And that's just not even cool. Like, the blocking on that run, on that pitch, was just unbelievable. And Eric Moulds has got both of their touchdowns so far here in the All-Star game. This division, man, I know you haven't been able to hear it because I didn't have my mic on during those individual games, but like some of the frustrations that I felt during this playthrough has just been annoying, because just some of the things that have happened, and we barely got out of that. Ricky Williams is gonna go on a 1-play touchdown there. Somehow he survived those 2 dives. You never know when the CPU dives. Sometimes they just get like this huge burst of speed, and they all of a sudden they're able to tackle you. That's going to be... See, like, the 2-point conversion is a very, very successful 2-point conversion. Like, I think it's the better of the 2 options. The only downfall is that it has a very, very bad negative outcome for it, which is they get a ton of space and have a ton of blocking and are ready for a 2-point conversion. Great play to get down. I thought Eric Moulds was going to do that again. I thought for the 3rd time Eric Moulds is going to get the pitch and just like take it to the house. He seems to be their best player on this all-star team, and he out-juked me. That's not like good blocking or anything. That's just I got out-juked by Eric Molds there. And they are very, very close to their game breaker. If they get the 2-point conversion here, or the 1-point conversion, either one, they might get the game breaker, and that'll change this game entirely. Oh, they are inches, absolute inches from their game breaker. We need to get ours first. If we score here, we've got our game breaker. So no matter what, worst comes to worst, we can cancel out their game breaker. Now we haven't come to a situation where we've needed to cancel out another team's game breaker, but as long as we have ours, we can cancel out theirs if they somehow get it. Like if we don't score here, which I see is a very hard possibility because Ricky Williams will not go down. He finally does. Ricky Williams was going all the way there. But if we can score here, that'll put us in a great spot, and that's just they put a hand up and stop me there. See, that's why I like to run around and escape the pocket and stuff, because you never know what's going to happen like that. And that's a sack on us there, and that's their game break. Are they going to use it? Are they going to use it here? That's the big question. They do use it. So do we? Here's the big question. Do we call ours to cancel it? I think... Oh, I had to snap it. No! I had to snap it. I thought I had an unlimited amount of time. I guess I was wrong. I was going to call it to cancel it. Now we call ours, I guess. Well, this game's been wild. This whole division has just been unbelievably, like, insane and crazy. And just crazy thing after crazy things happen. Terrell Owens gets that ball, and now we're back in the same spot we were in. Just with nobody has a game breaker anymore. This has been the craziest game ever. I need you to hold your block a little bit longer there, T.O. If you hold that block for a second longer, I get around the edge, and we have a lot better yardage. That's going to be a big throw. That's going to be a big catch, Ricky Williams, and we are 1 point away from... winning this game and getting out of this division. That's going to be Ricky Williams who seals it for us, and the Cougars beat the AFC East 36-21. Wow, that was a wild division, but yet another division falls to the Chicago Cougars. We beat the All-Stars in 7:56. I think that's the quickest we did it. Any of these teams so far. Ricky Williams is your MVP of the All-Star game. Obviously, Eric Molds is the MVP of the other team's All-Star game. And that is another division checked off. We have 2 remaining that we have to, like, technically unlock, I guess. Congratulations, you have defeated your AFC East rivals and have earned yourself 800 challenge tokens. Choose the next division you wish to unlock. I think we're going to go with the NFC East because we have the Jaguars, Colts, Texans, and Titans in the South. And I have heard that this is the hardest division, the AFC South. So we're going to unlock the NFC East. So we have to... And the reason why I picked the AFC East to play instead of the NFC South is because I showed you guys that video in the beginning. At least I should have showed you guys that video in the beginning of Ricky Williams. So that's why we chose the AFC. I just thought that it would make sense that since we stole Ricky Williams in the beginning of the episode, we might as well play the division that he's in, which is the AFC East. So yeah, that's why we chose the AFC East to play. So next episode will be the NFC South, and then once we beat them, we'll go to the NFC East. Then once we beat them, we'll go to the AFC South. So we have, at the most, we have 3 episodes left. So that's pretty darn cool. I have no idea what happens at the end of this game. I've never even gotten this far. The most I've gotten, I don't even think I've beaten the NFC West when I was younger and played this in my youth. I don't think I even beat the NFC West. So to get this far is absolutely crazy. So we've got 3 divisions remaining. I hope you guys are excited. If you are, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. I hope you guys did enjoy. Next episode is the NFC South looks like on a roof. That looks pretty cool. But that's going to be the next episode. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.